Here it is, 100-mile wilderness. Do not attempt this section unless you have a minimum 10-day supplies and are fully equipped. Longest wilderness section of the entire AT. Difficulty should not be underestimated. 5 p.m. on the dot. I'm headed into the 100-mile wilderness. I do not have 10 days of food. I have 2.5 days of food. So I'm gonna knock this out. Just take naps and keep going. Wish Katahdin will be closed, but that's okay. Come back for it. So I'm gonna make a real big push through here. Basically treat it like an ultra and see how fast I can do these 100 miles. That sign said 2.5 days of food, or 10 days of food. I got 2.5 days of food on me, and then headed home. That's something I want to talk about. I'm going to put up a link with this video and future videos where you can pre-order a photo book of the calendar year Triple Crown. So that book is going to have just some of the best photos from all of these hikes, and have some narrative in there talking about the hike. I figure it'll probably be fairly substantial, like a coffee table book with all my photography, and that's going to help me offset the cost of this new camera that I bought. I got a Sony a7 IV, got a nice 24mm to 105 lens, and that's going to be such a good setup for videos and photography, and a lot of very professional stuff has been shot on those models. So it's very expensive. So I figure this will be a way for me to help offset those costs. So if you feel like it, check out the link. You can get a digital copy for cheaper, or pre-order a hard copy, and I'll ship all those out probably, we'll say January of next year. That'll give me time to get home, get all of it put together, get it printed, and then shipped out to you. And I really appreciate that, because it'll really help make these videos even better. It'll help, PCT, CDT, it's going to be such big scenic views, and having a full frame camera like that really help capture all the low light star stuff. I am really excited for all of that. But it's going to be heavy. The camera and the lens setup itself is going to be 3 pounds, but I figure I'm losing quite a lot of weight getting rid of my winter stuff, so in the end I'll still come out a little bit lighter. So if I can do the AT with this amount of weight, then I can absolutely do the PCT CDT with less weight. It's kind of a cold day today. I think it's in the mid 40s. The bugs are not out right now because of the cold and the wind, which is super nice. Got into Monson last night, like at midnight, and it was raining for the last 2 hours. Plan was to leave, in the morning. I got caught up buying plane tickets, all that logistic stuff for getting from here out to California. The pace is just relentless. Like, just gotta go. But I'm really excited in this trail. Get out to the PCT. I can't believe that I am almost done with the AT already. Feels like I just started, and it's hard to fathom that I'm basically 1/3 done. Probably more than that in terms of effort, because the AT is so hard, just with all the up and down. I'll do much better on those other trails, because elevation, with me being heavier, having a heavier pack, impacts me much more. If it's flat, it's much less of a penalty to have a heavier pack and a heavier body. Oh yeah, this is 100-mile wilderness. Roots and rocks and roots and rocks. one brook lean-to. And that little river's just right down there. Take a quick break, eat some food. That's my pizza. And it's starting to rain. So, but these showers out here haven't been very bad at all. Just toss on a raincoat and keep moving. This is nice. Dry water crossing thanks to beavers. So beautiful. So I need to make this water crossing over here. You don't want to fall. That's like a, I don't know, geez, 100-foot plus waterfall. Never mind, crossing is not up there. So that's good that I caught that before I went across. This is a bad sign because it says Appalachian Trail, so you think, oh, okay, the trail goes that way, but it goes to a trailhead. So north, it's actually this way. Well, had dry feet for about 3 hours today. This looks like a fun water crossing. The rope is absolutely useless. Like, what am I supposed to do with this? Not helpful. Jesus Christ. Beaver decimated this place. The trail is in here somewhere, but man, this is bad. Heard this one from like a quarter-mile away, and I was like, oh no, this is gonna be a terrible crossing, but I think this will be quick moving water, but might go up here a little bit on those rocks. Gorgeous full moon. Wow, look at that moon off the lake. So it's 2:10 a.m. I'm gonna set up camp here. It's actually getting pretty cold. Forecast called for dropping down mid-30s, lower elevation, so this next mountain, I'm at like 2,500 feet right now, and I figure it's also getting pretty windy, so there's no reason to be cold and miserable up on that mountain. I'll just sleep now and maybe hike through the night tomorrow night. Tomorrow night will be much lower elevation and should be warmer temperatures. God. Socks are soaked. Barren Mountain right now. Very windy, pretty cold actually, so slept in later than I planned to, because yeah, when I got up at like 5 today, it was raining and very cold. Barren Mountain, it's very windy up here. Preserve the endangered species by staying on trail. I don't know who would go off trail in a bog. Like, why would you go out in there? 100-mile wilderness is not easy. These first like 35-40 miles are the hardest. It gets much flatter, but this stuff is, it's not like southern Maine. Steep climbs, steep descents. This is the fourth Chairback mountain. Elevation 2383. I got 3 more chairbacks to go over. And then Whitecap Mountain is the next range. So steep. I just wish there's a better way to capture this on camera. But send those down. What a beautiful view. Very, very I believe that is Whitecap. That is about 15 miles away, 5,000 feet of gain, 5,000 feet of loss too. This is Chairback Gap Shelter. It's kind of a dirty and dingy inside. The last entry in here was from October 16th of last year, and then it's me. Chairback Mountain, last of the 4. That took forever. The trail is just a mess of boulders through here. You got a sign and then a blaze.
My name is Tim Farrow. I started on May 10th southbound from, well, most recently Gadsden, Alabama. When you get to, you're going to get to Whitecap, Little Board. This is in reverse order what you're going to see. Whitecap, then Hay Mountain, then West Peak, and then Gulf Haggis. On each of those, over say 3,400 feet or so, there's 4-foot snow drifts where it's slippery on top and you'll slide off it. If you can get a foot purchase, you're gonna crash right through all the dirty snow, and you're gonna land your foot twisted up in some rocks or in a puddle of foaming water underneath.
Perfect.
But I don't know how much is left. Hopefully it's melted by now.
Yeah.
It's been beautiful. I'm glad to be here. Awesome. It's a blessing.
So, sounded like Tim had been in here 7 or 8 days. That's pretty typical, especially for southbounders starting out. It takes people 8 or 10 days to get through the 100-mile wilderness. I think it took me 8 days last time. And yeah, if you have the time, totally worth it. It's such a cool place. That whole thing about 100-mile wilderness being so inaccessible and whatever. Like, yeah, there's no towns, but there's still roads. It's not that remote. God damn it. My shoes and socks literally just dried because I was noticing how weird my feet felt, and I realized it's because they're dry. And now, here's this river. I mean, it could be much worse, like, could be raging, so this is fine. So that river was the West Fork of the Pleasant River, and this area I'm going through now is called the Hermitage. It, along with Gulf Haggis, which is coming up, are national natural landmarks. The Hermitage here has old growth white pines that are like 100+ feet tall. So that's pretty cool. But look, Katahdin Peak, 83.9 miles. Whitecap is 11.1 miles. I really like old growth forests. They feel just a sense of like power, and they feel like something out of a different time, which I guess they kind of are. Look how big this tree is. What a cool place. What a nice flat trail too. Anytime it's like a national park, national monument, something like that, the trail is always really nice. This side trail, I'm actually gonna go down a little bit and I'll talk about it. Gulf Haggis, designated registered natural landmark. So Gulf Haggis, it's what was it, like a 5-mile side trail. I took it in 2016 and it is amazing. Locals describe it as the Grand Canyon of the East Coast. I'm just gonna go down a little bit here to Screw Auger Falls. Just an amazing waterfall, but yeah, further on, like, it's pretty tough hiking, and I think a lot of hikers, AT hikers, don't see Gulf Haggis, but if you have the time and the food, so you got to make it through the 100 miles without running out of food, it is absolutely worth the effort. So this is Screw Auger Falls. Yeah, Gulf Haggis, it's a really amazing site. Like, you won't believe you're on the AT. Well, you're not on the AT, but you won't believe that it's just right out there, because it's these canyons cut by the river that are hundreds of feet deep, and the trail goes right across the edge of them, and you can see just like waterfalls and just a torrent of water running down deep in the canyon, and it's totally unlike anything else along the AT. So yeah, I have a plan an extra half day and go see it. It's totally worth it, but I have different goals this trip, so just means I'll have to come back again and see it, which that is not a bad plan at all. I can't get over how fast the leaves came in to the trees. It's like no leaves, and then the next day, bam, leaves everywhere. The Carl Newall Memorial Lean-To. Take a break here. This little shit's probably gonna try and eat my food. This is my pack explosion around here. I'm feeling pretty tired, but I haven't had any caffeine yet, so it's gonna push me through the evening. Maybe sleep a little bit tonight. Push on tomorrow. Daylight should help. Have more caffeine, and then it'll help that I'll be really close to the end, so that'll be the last push. It's another beautiful sunset out to my left. Hoping I can get to a viewpoint, see it more clearly. But what a beautiful, beautiful place. So beautiful. I just need a little more height. Still a little bit of snow up here. It's almost nostalgic now. Okay. Now the nostalgia factor's over. I could do without all this. Almost at the top of Whitecap now. This really isn't bad. I can just step in other people's footprints and not a big deal. Whitecap Mountain. Pretty cold up here with the wind, so I'm gonna get moving. So I'm at the Logan Brook shelter. It's about midnight. I need to let my feet dry out a little bit. They're starting to, don't have blisters yet, but I can feel them because they've been wet for like 30 hours now. They're just soaked. And so I also need to charge my headlamp, charge my phone, and just rest. You know, tired. So I'm gonna do all that, sleep. Not gonna set an alarm, just let myself sleep however much I need. Slept in a little bit later than I planned to, but it's alright, because that means I'm better rested. So I'm hoping I can do 3 to 4 miles an hour all day, because at the last like 40 some miles, it's over 11,000 feet of gain and loss. And the next 56 miles, it's like 5,000 total feet of gain and loss. So a lot of it is just really flat. So it should go much faster, and should still be on schedule. Finish it out, fly out tomorrow. This is a pretty, really nice one. I don't think I've showed you any privies yet. Yeah, just moldering, and you could sleep in here. Wow. And my feet are going to be wet again. The Able Bridge, 47 miles. That's it, 47 miles. Doing that today. This is Crawford Pond. Ooh, this flat terrain is so nice. Probably notice this video is not going to be as well shot as the others. It just takes mental energy and physical energy to set the camera down, place it for a good shot, and take detailed shots and all that. That's probably what I'm most proud of this trip, aside from just going, that been able to put forth the extra effort to really document it pretty well, and because it's work on top of what's already a very hard endeavor every single day. In towns, it means getting less sleep and just, time when I could just be relaxing. It's working. In 10 years, it's not going to matter to me that I got a little extra sleep in some hostel. It'll be much more important to be able to look back and have this series of documentaries that shows the day-to-days that we're completely forgotten about by that point. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I didn't expect to be able to keep up with it, but I have, and beautiful water. Been trying to pinpoint why these forests feel just better than a lot of forests down like south, and it's because these trees are old. The trees are old and they're big, and the forests are healthy. This stretch through here is pretty bad with bugs. I'm just tired of the ones that they dive bomb for your eyes, I don't know what it is, but I'm tired of getting in my eyeball. Got DEET, 100% DEET all over my body. That keeps the mosquitoes away pretty well. How nice this is. A river, nice wide, flat, clear trail. Taking a break at Antlers campsite. This is a really, really gorgeous campsite. If you have the chance, I would definitely plan on staying here. From here, it's like 35 something to the road, and it's 3 o'clock, so it's kind of crazy that, you know, that would be a full day if you were leaving at 6 a.m. But I'm gonna leave here at 3 and head on to that road tonight. It's so green. Lots of roots and rocks. Let's see if I can get a view of Katahdin. Last time I was here at this spot, there was a game warden hiding in here, trying to catch a guy on the lake that he knew was fishing with like the wrong kinds of bait or something. There she is. I'm getting goosebumps. This is a totally different experience to see it northbound. It's got my first view of Mount Katahdin. Man, that gave me a nice boost of energy. It really is a different experience to walk all the way here from Georgia and to see the end of the trail. You know, and it's such a big mountain. It's the tallest mountain in Maine, and it just dominates the landscape. Yeah, very different experience than when I flipped in 2016. You know, just got dropped off like at A-Bowl and went and climbed it and then went south to walk all this way. This is like mile 21, 50, somewhere around there. Walk all this way and to see your destination. It's pretty cool. It sucks I'm not going to get to summit it because usually it won't open up for summer hiking until around the first week of June or very late May. Either way, it's too many days for me to wait out here. I'm already with the snow in New England 5 to 7 days behind where I want to be, but with how well I'm able to move out here, I should be able to do, 40-45 mile days out on the PCT, so I'll make up time there. It'd be really cool to go climb it, but it's closed, and they closed it for a reason, to preserve the wilderness of the park and preserve the trail and really preserve the mountain. That's Baxter's whole thing. It's not about recreation, it's about protecting the space in the mountain. So, just me climbing it, probably not a big deal, but I want to respect the mountain, respect the rules, and especially doing videos and stuff like this, any action I do gets amplified, so shouldn't go climb it, because then maybe lots of other people will say it's okay to go climb it, and then there might be real damage to the nature up there and the relationship between Baxter and through hikers and all that. So it's a bummer. It'll be expensive to come back out here and pain in the butt, but also it'll be pretty epic to get to go come back to Maine and go summit Katahdin. Good to test things. See, if I were just to step on that, I'd be going right in. This is Tumble Down Dick Stream. I just thought it's a really funny name. Should be able to have dry feet, and then nice ladder up there. Cool. It is 7:40 in the evening. I've got 27 miles left to go, and my flight leaves tomorrow. Gotta get to my ride early in the morning, and I arranged it all that way on purpose so that it would just give me hard deadlines to push. So I'm just gonna hike all night. I still haven't drank any caffeine, so that's what I'm gonna do. Up at this shelter, eat some dinner, drink some caffeine, and just keep moving. 27 miles should take roughly, if I'm doing 2.5 miles an hour, that's like 10, 11 hours. Hopefully, should be able to keep that up. Wow. It's 9:40 p.m. I'm at the Wadley Stream Lean-To. I've got 23 miles to go. There's one big-ish climb next, and then a couple little smaller climbs, but mostly flat, and feeling pretty good, honestly. This is just some cold soaked ramen along with Spam. Nazutabut Mountain. This is the last big climb. Wasn't too bad. Caffeine certainly helps. Almost there. It's a bit disconcerting to listen to that river and know I probably have to cross it here soon. So it looks like I do cross it upstream, but if I remember, I think there's a bridge. This would be not doable. It's 1:45. I've got 14.7 miles to go. Feeling pretty sleepy, moving pretty slow, so I'm gonna drink caffeine and then take like a 20-minute power nap, let my feet dry out, and by the time the caffeine hits, I've gotten a little bit of rest. It's amazing how a little bit of rest like that can really help. This is the Rainbow Brook shelter, and I have to go across that next too, so I'm just gonna let myself rest before I get all wet again. Well, my feet definitely got wet, but what's new? AT is determined to give me everything it's got for the last bit. Able Bridge, 12:8. Ooh, I wonder what that is. A loon? The birds are waking up. This is Rainbow Lake. It's a big rock. Man, this stuff feels like Jurassic Park. I could see velociraptors running out of here. Rainbow Ledges. I was really hoping to get an amazing sunrise view of Katahdin, but yeah, about that. It's a real bummer that Rainbow Ledges was all socked in, but in another way, it's so appropriate because that's the AT for you. So many times you get to a place that's supposed to have, amazing view, amazing sunrise, amazing sunset, and it's just socked in by clouds and weather. I don't know. Squirrels are so, common, but I just really like them. They're really cute when they just sit there and eat their little acorns. 2016, I had one day, I got to camp, I was looking in the front of my pack, and it was just filled with acorns, like 50 plus acorns. And I was like, what the heck, did a hiker put a bunch of acorns in my pack? But there wasn't anybody around me, and best I can figure, some squirrel that night had stashed all his acorns in my pack. So he was going to be missing all those acorns come winter. Come on, people, really? Because they didn't properly prepare. Now this is somebody else's problem. My problem. They just decided to dump it. Well, at least this should bring some good luck, I guess. We need a trash bag. Look at this. It's a fishing pole, fishing hooks, a hatchet, hair gel. Somebody thought they needed their... Fuck, are you kidding me? Gross. A pound of refried beans. Nobody ever wants to eat peanut butter. Oh my god, my pack is so heavy now. That literally doubled my pack's weight. So stupid. So, people, prepare and don't bring dumb shit. And if you do, just deal with it or turn around, go back to your car and make a new plan. Don't just leave it in the middle of the wilderness for somebody else to take care of.
I had like a little snippet of service at the top of the mountain. But not Rainbow Ledges, but the one before that.
Oh, yeah, the Nez
Katahdin.
or whatever.
Yeah. How weird was that weird pile of food?
Yeah, I think it must have been.
That axe.
Did you meet those? I think it must have been those 3 people with the dogs. You met those guys?
Yeah.
Because I didn't see
They
anybody
were
else.
I saw them like at the beginning of yesterday. I don't know.
Yeah,
Did you pack all of the food?
What's that? Yeah, I grabbed all that shit. I've got. Man, good to see you.
Yeah. Yeah, but I figured because I had service at the top of that mountain.
Yeah.
And then I looked on. I saw your Instagram story or post or something, and you're like, I want to try and do the 100 mile in 2.5 days. And then I don't know. I was just seeing ultra footprints. I know that doesn't really mean much, but
Yeah.
I was seeing ultra footprints. So I'm like, shit, maybe he passed me last night.
Worked out really well. So I've got a ride lined up. Amazing how nice everybody is on the internet and supportive. He just reached out on Instagram. He works at the Trash Panda. Works at the hostel there in Millinocket. Said, come grab me. And so I set all that up. So meeting me at Able and Paul's sleeping in that shelter. And he didn't have a ride ride lined up yet to get back to town, back to civilization. So he's gonna be able to snag this ride, and pretty cool. Hi, little buddy. Well, I just called Baxter because randomly I have really good service right here, like a mile from the road. Just on the off chance that Katahdin would be open soon, but the person I spoke to said the chief ranger was up there 2 days ago and he was still post holing up to his chest in some places, so I think not. I do not want to deal with that even if that is open. So off to the PCT. Just realized I should probably explain how Katahdin and Baxter State Park works. It's so Katahdin and Baxter are managed like for the wilderness. They're not managed for recreation. So all their rules are designed to protect the wilderness, and they close the park around October 15. You know, there's some leeway around there, but whenever the winter storms come in, they close down all the trails and then open them back up in the winter for like ice climbing and mountaineering, and then they close them down again in around March, April time, and then wait until all the snow to melt, and then wait for the ground to firm, and then they open them back up, usually first couple of weeks in June. So that's how Baxter works, and that is why I will not be climbing Katahdin now. I'll have to come back for it. It's the northern part of the 100-mile wilderness. What do you think about the 100-mile wilderness?
It was cool. I had a good time. Did a lot of chilling by the lakes.
Let's see if we can see Katahdin now. That's a lot of water. So,
Yeah, it sucks you can't see
Able Bridge. Great view of Katahdin. This is some bullshit.
It's just all shrouded.
There's a lot of water.
Last time.
So this little place has food and resupply, but they are currently closed for the season, like everything else. I'm using a lot of. I have a tripod I've been carrying the whole time that I've used like twice. Yeah.
How big is it?
I mean, it's very small.
Right next to your fishing pole that you're carrying all the time? Oh, okay, I see.
But it's probably still an extra 6 ounces.
Oh, how do you test the bear spray?
Just spray it. But I don't know if I would do that here. Like in the woods somewhere and like just spray, downwind of you.
My name's Trash Panda, and I hiked the trail in 17, and I ended up here back in Maine working at the Appalachian Trail Lodge in 18, and I've been here 4 years. Now I manage the hostel, and I'm looking at taking it over next year, and it's been a good journey.
Yeah.
So we offer a Sobo, food drop halfway through the 100-mile wilderness. And that was started a few years back, and the reason we started it is because Sobos were having a hard time getting through the wilderness, and the dropout rate was pretty high, some years pushing 50%. And that's a lot of people trying to come out of the 100-mile wilderness. Once started the food drop, we noticed that every year the number of people dropping out decreased. And in the last few years, it got to about 85% were making it all the way to Monson, which was a huge difference compared to before the food drops.
When I started the first time,
Yeah.
I just used the signs and just talked to people.
Well, this guy ended up getting into the woods, and he didn't know where he was going, and he was trading his food for water.
What?
He didn't have a filter, or
He had I don't know.
He couldn't find water in the 100-mile wilderness?
So he was trading his food for water, and he ended up getting delirious and walking in circles for several days.
Jesus.
So the Forest Service, the wardens got in touch with us and asked us if we would go out there and try to find him, so they didn't have to go do like a rescue mission.
Two like 50-year-old guys or something. Yeah, there's our finish.
Yeah, there's.
Katahdin picture.
This
is goodbye for now, Poles.
Yeah, maybe I'll see you in like Montana or something. I don't know.
Seriously,
or I'll see you in Washington.
See you somewhere.
One or the other.
Best of luck, man.
Yeah.
You got this. So the plane I was on got turned around 10 minutes out of New York, where I was trying to go, and I'm back in Bangor, Maine, and now there's this ridiculous line to try to rebook the tickets. So I've lost probably a day and be stuck in Bangor here tonight, I think. Oh well, there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do.